Good evening, everyone. Welcome to oNiD Racing. Welcome to Zolder, and welcome to Split 1 of our Multiclass Sundays. Good to have you all with us, and thanks for tuning in. We are here at Zolder for the penultimate round of the Multiclass Sunday. Yes, you heard that right, the penultimate round. We have made the decision that we are going to cut this season short. With the new DLC coming out, we want to go and do some GT3s around them fabulous American tracks. So we are here at Zolder for round 5, and we will move on to the final round at Zandvoort next week. We are with Split 1. These guys are just finishing up their practice as we're watching Marcus Hagel go around getting the last few touches to his setup sorted, getting them last few laps in. And I'm pleased to say tonight, as always, I'm with Cammy Sturch.
Good evening, everybody, and good evening, Johnny. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Are you alright?
Doing very well, thank you. Just sipping some tea, you might have heard there.
Yeah, I've got my tea on the go as well. The missus just brought me a cup of tea down, so yeah, beautiful.
If you're watching and you haven't got a cup of tea, you've still got time to go brew a pot.
Absolutely. We've got just under 3 minutes until qualifying will begin. Usual format for tonight, with the Lambo STs going around for 15 minutes for their qualifying, then GT3s will go out for the last 15 and get their qualifying done. And I'm not that well prepared tonight, to be honest. And I think it is a 45-minute race tonight. I'll just double check.
You are correct.
Oh, hello, Alex. Oh, and yes, we do have Alex Parkin with us, who is going to be giving us regular updates on Split 2 this evening. How's it looking over in Split 2? Is the weather all right?
It is, let me have a look. It's dry and it's 32 degrees, so quite warm.
And the same here with our track, yeah, 32 degrees and warm. So there was a slight chance we might have got a little bit of weather involved in this one, but sunny Belgium is giving us a nice warm track.
In the eastern, right by the Dutch border, actually, and apparently the circuit has a different name as well. Circuit Zolder, also known as Circuit Terlemen.
All right. Well, didn't you go there a few weeks back?
Quite a few months ago now. Yeah, because ERA Championship, the new Junior Formula Electric Series, are based out of Zolder, Belgium, and the next round of their debut season is at Belgium next week. I'm not able to be there, but I will be working from home, providing all their graphics, social media, like Formula One when they do updates for the Twitter channels with pictures saying P1, P2, and here are the qualifying times, and here's a quote by a driver with their picture, things like that. I'll be working to provide all that for them. Yeah, it's a really nice circuit, Zolder, and sort of really distinct with its wind turbines dotted around that you can see there. So it's great that ACC gets those in with the, I think there's like a factory in the background there as well. But yeah, great facility. It's changed hands recently. New management's taken over. So I think they're going to start changing all the branding, because we were saying, if you put fun and fantastic into one word, I would say funtastic, but they have funfastic, which just, I guess they want to say fun and fast and it's fantastic, but it just sounds a little strange rolling off the tongue.
Sounds like Adam D might have been in charge of that.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. I wonder. Absolutely, as Adam would say.
I guess the branding must have worked though, Cammy. It stuck with you.
It has, to be fair, but it's more of a, you'd remember having a broken arm as well, but you wouldn't go, oh, it was good that I had a broken arm, because it's a, it's a memory. You remember it. I'd still rather not break my arm. Yes, I'm comparing a slogan to a broken arm.
Dave's in chat saying it's definitely an Adam D slogan. Welcome to the chat. We have Dave in there. We've got Heike van der Veen in there. Johnny Seville is in there. Ben 22 Racing, Hydronox. Fred's in there. Now there's someone I haven't seen for a while. Although he's given me abuse, so that's the last time I'm going to mention him. But no, thanks all for tuning in, and hello. So these guys are just ready to get going into qualifying. Tonight, I think it's going to be quite a challenge on the Lambo ST guys. We know it's not the greatest car in the corner. It's quick coming out of a corner and it's quick down a straight, but there isn't that many straights here at Zolder, so Cammy, do you think it's going to struggle in the corners? Do you think they're going to get close to the GT3s at all?
Not really. I think where you've got a couple of straights, they are broken up by chicanes where it really comes down to mechanical grip. But there is the sort of complex at the second half of the lap where I think the SEs will really struggle to maintain any of their momentum through the corners, and they'll just have to watch. They'll sadly have to wave goodbye as the GT3s drive away from them. As practice does come to an end, all the cars reset to the pit lane. And I'm liking the rainbow elephant there because that is actually there at the track as well. So it's nice to see that's all true to life and the accuracy of ACC.
Yeah, so the STs are on the way out. We're going to pick up Grant Eckett on his way out. Track temperature's gone down a little bit, so it's down to 30 degrees from 32 degrees. So let's see how that affects, because they would have got the car set up for slightly higher temperature, so we'll see how it affects. But Cammy, who are you going for in the STs to stick it on pole position?
I don't know. I suppose. Oh, it'd be Shahabi, I think. I mean, he's quite a safe bet, wouldn't you say? I mean, when has Alex Shahabi ever put in a disappointing performance?
It's very true. Alex is very consistent, even when he was in a Jaguar last time around in the GT3 series. He was still putting in some fantastic results. For me, I'm going to have a little punt on Championship newcomer Brad Williams. So we know Brad's raced with us many times before, and he's part of the same team as Alex Shahabi and Martin Thorpe. So I'm going to have a little punt on. I think Brad is going to push his teammate and be right up there. I think Martin Thorpe will be up there as well. They seem to like these cars, and they're certainly quick. Dave saying Martin Thorpe for ST pole. Heike van der Veen saying Matt Holman.
Yeah, they are sort of championship contenders as well. Ekstrom on 278 points, Thorpe on 267, Holman on 240. So they are the contenders for the title. Ralph Vest, maybe an outside chance, 196 points. But just looking at the championship standings, what I want to commend oNiD Racing on is just what an international series we have, with a Swedish driver on top, British drivers, then Americans, Dutch. So Rombouts is almost a home race. It's just over the border in Belgium. You've got Stein from Canada, Jelinek from Czech Republic, Hurst from Canada. Yeah, it's great that oNiD has this international reach that's growing.
Yeah, we do seem to have quite a reach, and that's the good thing about using simracing.gp. It's kind of a home for everyone who wants to be involved from wherever you are in the world, and you find a series that suits you and you like racing. And yeah, we've had guys from Bangladesh, we've had guys from South America, Australia. So yeah, we've had, it's great to see so many people. It brings the whole world together on a racetrack, and it's really, really good to see. So we're just catching Brad Williams, and as he's about to cross the line, he'll be the first across the line, I believe. Yeah, it looks.
So we all speak the international language of motorsport.
We do. We
I
do
think
indeed.
if two people could, they could speak totally different languages and not understand a word of each other, but you would, on the track, you would still work with each other and understand, what you need to communicate to other drivers.
Yeah, definitely. So we have got Brad Williams then straight on the top of the pile with a 130.72.
On top of the pole, you say?
On top of the pile, not pole.
Oh, sorry. He's on top of the pole. Yep. No, my bad. I'll let you off.
We've got Martin Thorpe then coming into the last chicane. His teammate at Connexus Motorsports. He's got a great livery. Really nice looking livery, that one. But he's going to come across the line, and he goes into fourth with a 132 flat. So Alex Shahabi's moved straight up into second. We'll pick Alex up because he's currently half a second up.
So these lap times, if you've never been to Zolder and you just try to get an idea how fast these cars are, GT2 cars do 131s, W Series do 129s, Formula Renault 2 litres do 128s around Zolder. I think last time Formula One were round here, it was 1 minute 16.
My God, that's pretty quick. That's very quick. We won't be seeing them times, but I would think we'll see some of the quicker guys dipping quite possibly into the 28s, if not quicker.
Is it obvious I had the wiki page up?
Yeah, it's good. It's good effort. I like it. As you see, Alex Shahabi then does go quicker. 130.5. He moves to the top of the STs. Great lap from him. Pick up Dixon Hurst. Currently crossing the line. He's 1.1 seconds quicker, and he goes up into 5th. So
yeah, it's quite a gap from the front row to the second row. A second separates Williams from Stein. So it'd be interesting if that gap is going to close at all as the track develops, because it's not optimum yet. The track is only at a sort of a fast pace as we watch Dixon Hurst in the McLaren West liveried ST, and now we're with Martin Thorpe, who's going to come across the line. Will he improve on his 4th place? He does. He goes 3rd for now. 0.6 of a second off Alex Shahabi's time, so that must be 131.1.
it was a 131.245.
That is an enjoyable track, Zolder. It is one of those circuits that I kind of wish Formula One would go back to, with the undulations, and it flows very nicely, even with the Klein chicane, which Vest is taking now. He's just been racing in the GT4 series, and he outbraked himself a couple of times at the Klein chicane, but looking for a smoother race. I say tonight, it was the same night he was doing the GT4 race.
Yeah, I just had a really good battle with Vest for the best part of 20 minutes in the GT4s. Yeah, he did have a couple of moments where he outbraked himself, but no, he's got some pace, and he's currently 7.5 tenths up on his quickest lap.
And you had a great race last week at Watkins Glen, didn't you, Johnny?
We won't talk about Watkins Glen, thank you. Vest comes across the line.
Very close to the pit wall, and goes 5th fastest.
Yeah, that was a 131.785 for Vest.
Just in split 2, you might be pleased to hear Willie Black's leading the way in qualifying by 2 1,000ths of a second.
And what's his lap time?
132.6.
So yeah, you can see the definite pace difference between our split 1 and our split 2. A 132.6 would probably put him 8th in split 1. So Willie's magic tracker of death seems to do the job. Only Matt Holman is currently up on his lap time, but he's lost a bit of time going through that second chicane.
Yeah, the oNiD evaluation doing what it's supposed to and separating the drivers into splits where everyone can feel competitive and nobody's left sort of lagging behind. Everyone gets an enjoyable race where they can race against sort of roughly their equal rivals.
Yeah, that's what we've always been about. It's about making sure you have plenty of battles on track, because you want to win races, you want to finish as best as you can. But a lot of drivers I speak to, as long as they have a fantastic battle and a good race, and they feel like they're racing cars on track, it tends to be more of a pleasing feeling than maybe finish on a podium. So
a fantastic battle.
A fantastic. Oh, thank you.
Zolder will love me. Zolder will love me.
Oh dear. So yeah, Matt then did move up to 7th with a 132.2. My voice going.
He's got a lump in his throat and he's got to stop.
Let's go and pick up on Brad Williams. Currently a 10th up.
With Connexus Motorsports. Connexus. That sounds like a train operator to me.
Perhaps Adam's sponsoring him with his rail stuff. Perhaps it's his new team, Connexus Motorsport or something.
I mean, I do know a driver who was sponsored by the train company he worked for, and he's worked his way up from Giannetta's up into. Oh, he just missed out on Porsche 911 GT3 racing, but he's in is it Caymans? Porsche Caymans?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Toby Trice. He just seems to win everything he touches. But it was quite nice. He was a train driver for the high-speed rail, so he had a Ginetta that said sort of Southeastern Rail high speed. which works for a race driver who's winning everything.
Yeah, definitely. So I just want to go back to Matt Holman. He's currently coming through that last chicane. He's just 5.5 tenths up, which is going to put him up into 5th. So good lap from Matt Holman there. He was dwindling down at the back, but in 2 laps he's worked his way up into the mid-pack of them STs. So good lap from him. He'll be pleased with that.
Yeah, good effort there. Good effort there. Shahabi's in the pits. Well, I don't think he must feel fairly confident that he's not going to be topped, or at least he's generally confident that he's not going to fall down the order much. I suppose is pole everything in ST class, because you don't have an empty track in front of you. You've got the GT3 cars in front of you, and the start of your race can very much be dictated on how good of a start the GT3 car directly in front of you gets.
I still think it's important you want to be front of your pack, don't you? If there's a chance you can get a good start and nip past a couple of GT3s early on and put that space between, your rivals on track. I still think you want to be up the front, even though you would be only mid-pack maybe in the actual race, but you're in front of the STs. I think you want to be there to give yourself a chance to maybe pull away from the guys behind you. But I noticed Alex is actually back out on track. He must be just getting a fresh set of boots.
When you're mid-pack, you're tentatively hoping that there isn't something unexpected that causes sort of a cock-up cascade, as it were, which becomes a pile-up.
A cock-up cascade. I like that one. We'll see Alex go a little bit wide. Now he's got Martin Thorpe just in front of him. So hopefully Martin's not going to impede him. But Martin will be on a quick lap, and Alex is on his out. No, he's on his out lap, so it should be fine.
Coming up to the final chicane, the Jackie X-Bocht. I'm sure I've mispronounced, but I tried to get the corner names in. I tried to do Alex Goldschmidt proud, don't I?
Yeah, you just have to say it in the perfect accent as well. I love it when he does Spanish names, because he just rolls it beautifully off the tongue.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of a Spanish corner name, but... Yeah, with Belgium, you have the very French side and then the very sort of Dutch-German side, and Zolder is very much on the Dutch-German side, so corners, almost every corner is something Bocht. Terrenverbocht, Kanalbocht, Lucien Bianchi Bocht.
I'm assuming box means corner.
Could do. I would assume it does, or bend maybe. But...
Yeah, bend possibly.
And then he's coming through Butt into Terlemenbocht, which is this whole complex. Just these 3-4 corners are all just marked as turn 7.
Like it.
It's not on this map I'm looking at.
Like it.
It's just lazy.
That's Johnny Ashley style cornering naming that is.
But I know if anybody's got money and they want to drive around Zolder, the ERA Championship is running a driving school where anyone can turn up, and you don't need a race license. You can turn up and drive an electric Formula 4 car around Zolder.
Nice.
And based on your ability, they can turn up or down the power. Sort of a way for them to be on sponsors, a way for them to raise money, but it'd be interesting to see how well, if some drivers here ever want to do that, because there's not many chances outside of getting a race seat. What chances do we have to actually take a race car on a racetrack in real life?
It's very true. Thank you, Heike. Bocht is the Dutch word for corner. Coming from our local friendly Dutchman.
All the Dutch are friendly. When I've been over there, and they were...
Heike's a little bit dodgy at times. Just waiting for the abuse to come in chat any minute now.
I was in Belgium, so maybe I didn't meet many Dutch.
Just noticing Alex Shahabi then is currently a 10.5 up. So obviously wanted to get some new boots on that Lamborghini ST, but he goes wide and he does invalidate
very
that.
Hard.
Yeah, he was pushing. He's unfortunately invalidated that one. But the man just in front of him as
Will he
well.
get across the line for? I think he'll get across. Might get across the line for another attempt.
Yeah, I think they should do. Martin Thorpe is currently just over a tenth upon his best. He's gained a bit of time then coming out of that last chicane. He's 2/10 up as he heads towards the line. And he goes third, so good lap for Martin Thorpe there. They
Great
did
effort.
get across, yeah. Alex Shahabi did get across for another lap as well.
I think he might be the last car to get across. Several cars are in the pits.
Yeah, so Alex Shahabi will be the last man to cross the line.
And he can push as hard as he likes because, you know, he's got his safe lap in. He can go absolutely balls to the wall, as it were, and just try and crank out something amazing. He doesn't have to hold back. He doesn't have to think, oh, you know, I need to be careful. No, he's got pole in the bag now. He can just try and improve upon it. And it's good practice for in the race.
Yeah, and Alex Shahabi, as you can see, has a slide there. He's just behind. He is currently just down on his lap, but Martin Thorpe is only slightly up on his lap. He's the only person, the car in front of him then, is the only person that can possibly take pole position away from Alex. But they are both...
I mean, Alex may pick up the toe as well down the last two straights before turn 10 and after turn 10. He may get a little bit of a slipstream as well.
But Martin Thorpe
No,
has
maybe
just
not.
invalidated. Yeah, he's just invalidated. So that will mean that Alex Shahabi takes pole position in the Lamborghini STs. No need to finish his lap. I'm sure he probably will, though, as he comes through the last chicane. So we'll just watch him then. Gets a little bit of a slide.
Yeah, no harm in finishing off.
He's currently slightly up as well, so he will improve. And 1:35.47. There you go.
That's it. A winner, you know, a winner is never someone who says, you know, that'll do. That'll do doesn't exist. They're always pushing to go even faster.
Very true. And we'll go and pick up then with Chris Martin, who's just starting his first flying lap. I promise I won't do any...
Thank you. Thank you. I was going to say, like, anyone who wants to go to Zolder, even though it's in Belgium, you have to go to the Netherlands. If you're flying there, you have to fly into Eindhoven in the Netherlands and then explain to border guard that you've flown to the Netherlands just to immediately leave the Netherlands. And that confuses them a little bit, I think. But yeah, go to Eindhoven, and there's a Belgian town, Hasselt, which is not too far from Zolder. It's got hotels and sort of some nightlife. Yeah, highly recommend you all visit Zolder for, well, I'll say any of the events they got on, because they've still got, I think, GT World Challenge still go there. I think.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. And
I believe so, yeah.
The DTM still go there.
I would have, I'm not sure. I would have put money on it. If I was betting, yeah, I would have assumed they do. Chris Martin's going to be the first to come around and start his flying lap.
This is his flying lap. This will be his,
begging your pardon.
so he'll be the first one to put a time on the board. It gets a little bit...
Outbraked himself into Jackie Hick chicane.
Touch of the grass as well, which sent him a little bit wide. He goes third. Paul Shepherd then straight to the top. Beeson with a 1:28.9, so we did think they'd get into the 28s. Beeson straight up then into the 28s. And Hagel then as well with a 1:29.4. Shepherd then Van Oosenen.
Yeah, a good effort from Hagel in the Porsche, which, you know, Porsche Sport have a base outside Zolder, so this is one of kind of their home circuit. One of their home circuits, I suppose, as it were. So nice to see the Porsches do well here. This is Jongen, Dutch Endurance Team Yellowbird. Yeah, I remember. Do you remember?
It's not yellow, is it?
Do you remember in Gran Turismo, you'd never have Porsche; it would just always be RUF.
Yes, always. Yeah.
I thought he got a little bit squirrely there, but he's kept it together. He's kept it on track.
So Johnny Seville goes to the top of the pile, 1:28.3 from Johnny Seville then. Dylan Beeson second with a 1:28.9. Just picking up on some of the guys that are improving. Paul Shepherd is one of them.
Yeah, it's really favouring the McLarens at the moment. Again, this front row McLaren lockout where third place is a second off the pace of the pole sitter. Paul Shepherd coming around the final chicane now. He's going to get a little bit of a slipstream with the car in front. Where is he going to slot in? He's just behind Chris Martin. And he's still sitting in 9th place.
Yeah, we saw Chris Martin jump up to 4th. Miles Dixon's move up to 5th. Peter Faldesi's into 6th. Luca de Goid in 7th. And Jeroen Rongen 8th. I'm just seeing, I think Jones is the only person... Oh, he has put in a lap.
Yeah, he's just behind one of the Lambo STs of Alex Shahabi. So he's going to ideally pick up the pace a little bit. And I think we're missing his livery file as well.
We are, yeah. So, a nice black livery for Mr. Jones this week. And he's currently 3/10 up.
Which will put him in front of Alex Shahabi and put him in 12th place overall if he keeps it on track and finishes this lap. Ooh, somebody cut the chicane there.
Yeah.
Invalidated their lap.
Yeah, I think that was Dylan Beeson.
Ah, Mr. Beeson. Is Dylan Beeson still SSR Motorsports?
Yes, yeah, he is, yeah. Yeah, he is still SSR. Yeah, then
driving with a different livery now.
I think it's that car just in front, so they have very bright liveries. But yeah, the last one was red and was red, black, and yellow, wasn't
That's it. Yeah, it was quite distinct.
But yeah, they've changed their team cars this time because Van Rooyen and Botha have got the same one. As we see, then Jones then does move up to 7th, and that is all the GT3s ahead of the STs. I'm just picking up on Johnny Seville. Then he is 4/10 up on his fastest lap at the minute for Pole Sim Sport.
Yeah, he's had 2 wins this season. He's on track at the moment. Like, very realistic, he can make it 3 wins. Jimmy Mancy with 1 win, and Miles Dixon, the other driver, with a win to his credit.
So Seville then with a 1:27.9, so that's really quick from Johnny Seville. Dylan Beeson, he's just started his lap. He's currently half a second up as well, so it won't be enough to put him on pole, but it will certainly close that gap. You see Miles Dixon jump up into 3rd as well. Matt Holman's in chat saying he hates the ST. Apex Vest, I'm so scared of the ST. We did say it wasn't going to be a great track for them, but...
Well, they've made their bed. They've got to lie in it now.
Yeah, they've only got to hold it out for 1 more week. And then we will go back to beautiful GT3 cars all around.
Saying that, one of my recent art commissions for Charlie Martin, she actually drives a Lamborghini Super Trofeo in the American series.
Oh, lovely.
She's got a red and white Canadian themed car. It's like got a maple leaf on it, but yeah, I can't wait to sort of hear her opinions on, because she was in Brit Car last year in a Praga. So Super Trofeo is, it's going to be quite an increase in power.
You just see Dylan Beeson then do a 28 flat and very, very close to Johnny Seville. So yeah, as I see, a lot of the cars are in the pits in a minute, probably changing the tyres.
Yeah, if they've been out on low fuel loads as well, they'll just be wanting a bit of a fuel top up. Just enough to get an out lap and a flying lap done, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. I've always been one for doing that. I know some drivers don't. They like to just fill up and go out for the whole session. But I've always been one to kind of split it into 2.
At Hungary, I ran out of fuel on qualifying, actually.
Did you?
I messed up a lap and thought, that's okay, I can go for another, and then it conked out.
Oh,
yeah. The petrol ran out. And then that's why I started 17th. Whereas maybe I could have got to 12th. And I think of myself as like a pretty good driver. Like, I was fastest for the Fordzilla tryouts, but even I would be in this series, I'm 10th or something if I was in a GT3 car. The skill is outstanding, and the amount of hours some of these people have in ACC, it must be in the triple figures at least.
Oh yeah, some of the guys practice.
I mean, the 4 figures.
Yeah, absolutely mad. Some of these guys, they just practice all week. You'll see a lot of drivers only enter 1 series, and then they just practice for that 1 series. And the Pulse boys are very, very quick. Dylan Beeson's very quick, and when you see their name pop up in a series elsewhere that you might be racing in, you know it's going to be a tough race. Let's just pick up Peter Faldesi, who's currently 3/10 up on his fastest lap.
I would say Seville and Beeson, they're borderline alien.
Yes, they are. They are borderline alien, that's for sure. Faldesi then is currently 3.5 tenths up, 3/10 up now. He's lost a little bit of time. He jumps up to 5th.
Good effort from Faldesi.
It is a good effort, yeah. Raced Peter Faldesi in quite a few championships over on the Jimmy Broadbent side and here as well. Very consistent driver, so it's good to have him here.
Hopefully in the winter we'll get Jimmy Broadbent actually racing in the Sunday Multiclass series.
It would be nice. I think he's more likely to jump in one of his own series. But yeah, it would be very nice. Just pick up on Van Oosenen. He's in his trusty boat.
Yeah, only 9th place at the moment. He's struggling a little bit.
Yeah, well, the Bentley got a little bit of a bop change.
It got nerfed. Did it get nerfed?
I don't think it did get nerfed. I don't think it's quick enough to be nerfed. I think if anything, they may have improved it slightly to keep up with the likes of the McLaren. But it does mean that, you know, some of the setups you might have saved need tweaking here and there. So it is going to take some time. But he is currently 3/10 up. He's just lost a little bit of time as he goes wide there. So he's going to gain a little bit. He'll jump up the order a little bit. He goes up to 7th. So not bad at all.
That's the trouble when you lose time in a chicane. As you come out the chicane and head down a straight, you can just see all the time you're losing.
Yes.
It mounts up.
Miles Dixon currently just shy of 4/10 quicker on in his NSX.
Is it me or is that front of the NSX? No, I thought it was damaged, but I think it's just the black, sort of the dark grey, light grey.
He crosses the line and goes 3rd. So he's managed to put in a 28.6. So good luck from Miles there as he does go off.
Yeah, he's a great teammate to Seville, isn't he?
Yes, yeah, he is. They've got a good team there. Hagel playing part of it as well. And there's a couple of other guys that I've raced against over the time as well. I've been doing oNiD. They've got a strong team.
I do like team structures. When teams come into these series rather than everyone just racing for themselves, it adds a touch of class, a touch of professionalism, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah, it does look good, especially when they all rock similar liveries, and it's very easy to pick out of a crowd as well. You know who they are and who they're racing for. It's good, and I think that's what ACC has always kind of brought to the table, is you can have team racing, and it's, you know, with the liveries and stuff. We see Jongen, he's currently just over 4/10 quicker. So this is going to be a good lap from Jerome Jongen. So he's going to go up into 4th. So good luck for him.
Yeah, quite the leap. Top of the Porsches.
Yeah, very good lap. It's no slouch, Jongen.
Is it Jongen or Jongen?
I was going Jongen, but
I'm sure somebody in the chat will tell us.
Hiker.
If it's Jongen, because that sounds like a British way to say it, Jongen.
Yeah. Heathens. British heathens. Oh, John.
I'm sure they make fun of us saying bottle of water.
Yes, definitely.
No teas in it.
So we've only just got just over a minute of qualifying left. No one's up on their laps at the minute.
Track is still fast though. It's not improved to optimum despite. So we've had almost 20 cars out on track for half an hour. It's not improved.
No, it's strange to see it not go optimum. That's really odd.
Especially given the temperature, yeah.
You think the rubber would be going down pretty quick.
Split 2 tracks only just gone optimum, and we've got 24 cars.
And it's just gone to optimum, you say?
Yeah, in last minute or two.
Who is currently leading the GT3s, Alex?
I don't actually know. I think it's Watts, but I'm firmly middle of the pack.
Oh dear.
I can't Yeah,
course,
lack in practice. And speed.
And ability. Anyway.
Picnic.
Yeah.
Servitor.
Yes, picnic. Chris Martin then is currently half a second up on his quickest lap. So if he can keep this going throughout the second half of the track, he'll be putting it up with the likes of Jongen and Hagel. Has lost a fair bit of time though through that second chicane, which is really tricky, that chicane.
It's one of those things where it's so you do it routinely in practice and you nail it, but the added pressure of, right, I need to do it right this time matters.
Yeah.
Then you things can quickly go wrong as you sort of over focus and you try to be careful, and that forces you to drive slightly differently maybe. But he does improve. He moves up to 6th place, so that does put him on the 3rd row of the grid.
Yeah, Johnny Seville then looks like
Marshall waves a flag at him.
Yeah, looks like Johnny Seville then is going to be the man on pole position. Tom's here. Hello from Mazzano. Ciao from Mazzano. Tom Stocks is in the chat. He was at the World Challenge, I believe, today. Mazzano.
It's odd because I think he could have got a free ticket to Silverstone, but
You would think, wouldn't you?
So, our grid for today's Sunday multi-class event, sponsored by Cadan Computers, is Jonathan Seville is your pole sitter. Joined alongside him is Dylan Beeson. It's a McLaren front row lockout. 3rd is Miles Dixon. 4th is Jongen. That's in the NSX and the Porsche 911. Another Porsche 911 in 5th is Hagel with Chris Martin in 6th place in the Ferrari. Foldesi is 7th in the BMW with Wilbert Van Oosenen in the Bentley in 8th place. 9th is Shepard. 10th is Jones. 11th is Dedoid in the last McLaren. Then moving into the Super Trofeos, as Mr. Goldschmidt would say,
Nice.
is Alex Shahabi alongside Williams with Martin Thorpe and Stein in 14th and 15th overall. Holman is 16th, Ralph Vest 17th, Hurst 18th, Eckett 19th. I think I've got everyone covered there, unless we need to scroll through the list. But
No, that is everyone.
Everyone
19 cars.
covered. I've managed to cover the whole grid, and we've still got 50 seconds till the race starts.
It's a good effort. Do you want to do it again?
So, your pole sitter. There is a mandatory pit stop as well for this race, where they will have to take on fuel, but I don't think they're taking on tyres today. That is a mistake I made.
They are. So it's
tyres only.
Tyres only.
Tyres only. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's tyres only, and it is a 15-minute pit window. So the pit window will open with 15 minutes gone, and we'll close with 15 minutes to go. Let's get.
In split 2, you've got Watts on pole, Van Rooyen 2nd, and Botha 3rd.
Oh, interesting. Where did Mr. Wilmot qualify?
5th.
Nice, good effort from Mr. Wilmot. And who's top in the STs? Willie Black?
No, Chittle pipped him and then Black 2nd. And Johannesson, Simanska, De Vroid. And I had to click drive because the counter was nearly for start.
Yeah, fair play. Well, good luck in your race, Alex, and we'll check in with you in a few laps' time and see how you've got on.
I
Johnny,
qualified 9th for reference.
if people watching think this looks like a lot of fun, how do I get involved? How would people get involved?
There's several ways you can get involved. So, firstly, what you need to do is head over to onidracing.com. Click on our Discord link. Come and join the Discord. Give yourselves the roles that you want, whether it be ACC, AC, AMS2, Race Room, whatever you want to give yourself. Go there. Then head over to Sim Racing GP. Get the password out of our Discord. Join our community on there. And then you are free to sign up races as you please. We obviously... round 5 of the Multiclass series, which will be coming to an end next week with the last round at Zandvoort, and we will be advertising for the GT3 League this week. So,
and how much does it cost to join, Johnny? This is so professional. Surely it costs money.
It costs you absolutely nout.
This is me smacking my cheeks with a surprised face, like
It costs you nothing. You are free to subscribe to our Patreon. You are free to subscribe to our Twitch if you do want to give us some beautiful pennies. But actually, to race with us, it costs nothing. We offer rookie coaching and coaching in general. If you need any questions, head over to the coaching channels. We offer streams, as you can see. We've got plenty of racing going on across plenty of platforms. And all it costs you is your normal internet provider. You just need the internet. That's all you need.
Preferably a steering wheel helps.
Now, saying that, Matt's been doing it on a controller for God knows how long. Yes, Greg says it costs you nothing to pay us money.
So the drivers now, Seville, they're still on their warm-up lap. They're just rounding turn 8. I'm not going to try to pronounce that corner name. They'll be getting the prompt now to go 2x2 as they prepare for the race start. Seville is your pole sitter with Beeson alongside, both in the McLarens. Seville and Dixon and Hagel, they're all Pulse Sim Sport team members. You see in their very distinctive yellow and magenta livery. Seville's going to have to make sure he's in front. The drivers have to make sure they keep to a speed limit. Anyone who breaks the speed limit will be given a driving penalty. As they make their way up the grid now, as they get closer to the line, they're all in formation. We're just waiting for the lights to go green, the flag to drop. Is that tense moment, and we're away. The flags are waved, the green light's on, and Seville's got a great start. It looks like Dixon could be pushing for second place. No, Beeson stays ahead. Was there contact there?
Did look a little bit, but I think we're all right. There was contact that time, though. And Dixon has lost out, and your young gun's moved up to third.
And more contact.
Oh!
And Dixon's round.
Yeah,
Dixon's gone round. Was that contact with Foldesi?
It looks like there was contact. Let's go and have a look. It's
It
quickly.
was the mildest of touches. Oh, no, Chris Martin.
Yeah, little touch. Chris Martin. They've both gone on. Martin's in the wall.
Oh,
Dixon off in the gravel. Gets it turned round, and he is back on track safely. So yeah, early drama, but Johnny Seville is absolutely flying.
Chris Martin, whilst he's ahead, he's definitely come off worse because he's going to have the front damage to the front of that Ferrari, and that's going to be affecting the front splitter. He may be suffering from some understeer. I wonder if I'm getting on board shot as well to see how his steering is. It didn't look like too fast an impact, but he's still fast enough to hound the STs and try and make his way back through the pack. Yeah, you can see quite a lot of the paint missing as Martin Thorpe just lets him go by there. There's no point fighting with a GT3 car around Zolder.
Yeah, Martin's sensible there as well. You just saw that lift from Martin. He was catching up to the rear of that Ferrari, and he's just lifted a little bit to make sure he was well out of the way.
You can see the difference there.
Yeah.
As through the corner, Martin Thorpe cannot carry as much speed as Chris Martin can. And is that Miles Dixon I see in the background?
Yeah, it's a Miles
He's already
Dixon.
made his way past Holman, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think Holman must have had an issue early doors as well, because he's gone to the back of the pack and he's some way down, but doesn't look like there's any real damage on Dixon's car, so he'll be battling his way through the STs.
It was a very gentle touch though, wasn't it? I'm surprised how adversely it affected both cars. Is that just an ACC physics?
We've got a yellow flag for Dylan Beeson, who is in the wall. Let's go and have a look what happened.
I'm going to predict he's caught a little bit of a sausage curb and it's just over-rotated the car.
Coming into the first chicane, I think you might be right. Yeah, lost it.
Oh.
Wall, gentle tap. Hopefully not too much damage for Dylan Beeson.
He's being careful to reverse the car there. He doesn't want to just reverse it across the track and cause more incidents. That would be very much frowned upon. Oh, good. He's still got Shadow the Hedgehog on the back of the car, actually. So that's made my day. Yeah, very much similar thing happened to me at Alton Park. When you just catch a curb wrong, it just gets the back of the car bouncing, and there's nothing you can do. And there's so little runoff space at the Klein chicane that, yeah, you can see there's some front damage there. A little bit of a bent front splitter. So that is a shame, but 4 minutes into the race, and two of our best drivers are at the arse end of the grid.
They are, yeah. So we're going to pick up on Peter Foldesi then, who is currently battling with Paul Shepherd. Oh, Faldesi then. Okay. I think we
He's
may
off
have...
the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, he's just been shadow roamed. Wow, I don't know what happened there. But Faldesi looks like he might have disconnected. Unfortunately, he is going down the order very quickly. Unfortunate for him.
No. Commentator or cameraman's curse, maybe. As soon as we looked at him, he just took off, didn't he?
Yeah.
That is a shame, but as in real life, when cars have engine issues and technical problems, sim racers have computer problems and internet connection issues. I mean, my Virgin Media internet was off all through Friday and Saturday, so I only had it come back yesterday evening.
Yeah, it looked like Brad's having a little bit of a problem as well.
Oh, and Chris Martin's off. Is he struggling with front end grip, I wonder? And the STs are clambering to make progress past each other. Martin Thorpe's trying to hold Williams behind. And it's a good thing we're not at a purple racetrack because Martin Thorpe's got a purple camo livery.
Yeah, wouldn't be able to see him.
No, that's it. He'd be invisible. But it looks like Williams has got the move done. And Beeson's trying to make his way back through the pack as well.
Yeah, he'll get a better corner in from that ST, and I think he would have got past him. The ST will fight back on the straight, but Martin knows that battle will be pointless. So, yeah, Dylan looks like he's just got through as well. So Brad Williams then moves up to second in class, and Alex Shahabi is 6 seconds up the road.
I mean, as far as Seville goes, this is a dream start for him. You know, his biggest championship rival, Dylan Beeson, is at the other end of the grid, so he just needs to pull away as much as he can from Jongen, as they are equal on points at the moment, both on 218 points. Although Seville has 2 wins to his credit, Jongen has none. Yeah, they're equal on points. So consistency. I mean, Dylan Beeson's had no wins, but leads the championship. Consistency is the name of this game.
And of course, the points will change ever so slightly after next week, because because we're reducing it to 6 rounds, only 5 results will count. So only 1 drop round. So it'll be interesting to see who actually comes out on top. If Dylan Beeson can come out on top without winning a race, that would be quite something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it's never been done in Formula 1, but somebody did come second in a Formula 1 championship without winning a single race.
Interesting.
I'm good with Formula 1 facts, but I'm not entirely sure who it was, and I want to say it was not John Watson, but somebody in the early 80s or early 80s. Somebody can let me know.
Warwick. I know he never won a race.
Derek Warwick, maybe, but yeah, ACC and oNiD Racing. This is very much a series where consistency is the name of the game. I went from 17th to 5th. I didn't make a single overtake.
I think I came second in the Rookies Championship and I didn't win a race.
It's amazing what you can pick up. Just like it's what George Russell's doing this year, isn't it? In Formula 1, just missed the top 5.
Yeah, just pick up the points where you can.
And look at this. Seville's so far in front of Jongen. I wasn't sure Jongen was going to come into the picture there.
Yeah, it's 5.5 seconds up the road. So he's clear and can relax into a rhythm. His best lap so far is a 27.8 fastest lap. So that is some real going. It's now track's obviously optimum as well. So these they'll be quicker than what they were doing in qualifying because we only had a fast track. So yeah, he's absolutely
it's
flying
optimum now.
So I just want to see Miles Dixon. Let's quickly see if I can pick him up. He's actually fought his way back, and he's actually right behind Chris Martin. So these two had an early incident that meant Martin picked up some damage, and Miles ended up in the gravel. They're back together on track, and I'm sure Miles will probably get this move done because Martin's going to have a little bit of damage.
Chris Martin's not letting him go, though.
Good defending.
I'm sure there'll be the relevant reports after the race, but it rather just looked like a racing incident. It's just one of those things, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. The corner they come off is very tough as well. So you can drift wide really easily. But yeah, as we see, Miles then does get that move done and moves up past Chris Martin. Martin's not Gonna let it go, giving a little weave out there to let him know he's there.
No, he's not giving up that space without a fight, but he might as well just follow now as they clear the last couple of Super Trofeos.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to Martin Thorpe, but Grant Eckett has moved up into third in the STs. So I don't know if Martin had a little bit of an issue. Martin's dropped down from the back of Brad Williams up in 10th down to 14th.
A little bit of dust being kicked up there.
Yeah, no yellow flag out, so it might have just been a wheel on the dirt. But this is your closest battle on track, Martin Thorpe and Grant Eckett. As you see, Martin then...
Martin.
Yeah, what's happened there?
And he's had to take to the gravel and the grass. I don't think he'll get a cut track warning. He just went too far to the right, it seemed.
Yeah, was it a little bit...
Just clip the grass.
Yeah, wheel on the grass.
It's a shame the pit window hadn't opened because he could have just quickly changed his mind and turned it into a pit stop. But now he's lost the track position and the time.
Yeah, so pushes Chris down to 12th position.
Actually, I'm not sure he did lose a position there, did he? He was behind the Super Trofeo at the point anyway, because he nearly went into the back of it.
Yes, you are correct. So
Alex Shahabi is handsomely leading the Super Trofeos and still ahead of Beeson and Dixon.
Yeah, Alex is up in 8th, just coming through the second chicane. And he's, yeah, like you say, very clear of Williams and Eckett for second and third. Johnny Seville's gap now up to 8.3 seconds. So he is really, really flying.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know how many hours Seville has on Assetto Corsa Competizione, because that is... Well, he's on another level, isn't he, on his own?
We have got
getting close to him. What's
a yellow flag for Brad Williams. I don't know if he's had a little bit of an issue there. Chris Martin getting up the inside. Yeah, just...
Oh, he's just run a little bit. Oh,
well held, sir.
Well saved it. Well saved. Well saved. Yeah.
So yeah, left that door open for Chris Martin. Chris Martin got up the inside, forced him a little bit wide.
Probably hoping nobody saw that, but I'm afraid we all saw that.
The all-seeing Johnny saw that.
The all-seeing Johnny.
Let's go
Johnny
on board.
Saw what you did last week.
Oh,
Johnny disapproves.
Sounds a bit creepy, doesn't it? So Ralph Vest then, right on the back of Martin Thorpe.
Yeah, he was watching you a couple of hours ago, wasn't he? He was watching your rear end.
Yeah, he was watching my rear end, and what a big one it was as well in the Camaro, so he did well to get past me in the end.
And then you what to him?
I might have had a little bit of an incident with him, but we won't go there. Thank you, Cammy. He didn't get any issue from it. I managed to spin it, and he was perfectly fine. But yeah.
Oh, Johnny.
I just like the look of his arse. Anyway.
Anyway.
So Ralph Vest still trying to battle up towards Martin Thorpe.
Well, Beeson's getting very close to Shahabi now.
Yeah, and I think actually Beeson has just passed Shahabi. It's a good point. So Beeson working his way back up is already back up into 8th after that incident.
Yeah, he's doing well because that was a very unfortunate incident, and might have been brought on by the tyres not being up to pressure, because it will take a couple laps for the tyres to get up to full racing temperature and pressures, won't they?
Yeah, it will. Oh, see, Martin get a little bit sideways there. He'll be really compromised coming down this straight. So
yeah, Vest is going to fancy his chances into turn 1. No, he's
is he going to go for the old switcheroo? No, he's backed off. As you see, we've got the yellow flag out for Jones, who looks like he's had an issue. Dylan Peterson flies past him. Let's see if we can pick up what happened there. Oh yeah, look. Oh dear. Does well. Pulls out of the way of oncoming traffic. But yeah, it looks like he got a little bit of a foot in the dirt and spun it round, and he's going to have some damage. It's unfortunate because he was running well. He was up in 7th.
Yeah, you can see he's struggling with the handling of that car now, and it really did a number on that rear quarter, didn't it? See the paint that's come off. There's Super Trofeos all over him now. I think that's Alex Shahabi just...
Yeah, I think if I was Jones here, I'd be letting Shahabi just
Yeah, he's got a minute and a half as well until the pit window opens, so he's got another lap of this car to limp around.
Yeah, Jones still battling though. Still thinks he can get his car around.
Because the ACC damage model is quite non-existent, so what you see on screen doesn't sort of really portray very well
No.
the actual damage to the car and how his car will be handling. Like your car can absolutely be turned to mincemeat, and you'll have your wheel at 90 degrees just to go straight. But from the outside, it just looks like you've just scratched a bit of the paint, or maybe the bonnet's just been opened a bit.
It's an interesting thing on the front of that BMW, and it might be my eyes tricking me. But when Jones brakes, does the grille close?
Does the grille close?
Yeah.
The new BMW road cars do that, but I don't know if it's in the race cars.
When I saw him breaking down into the hairpin, it looked like the grille was closed, and then when he came off the brakes, it opened back up again. It was weird.
You're talking about the main big nostrils.
Yeah, the big
Yeah, I can't
kidneys,
spot it.
as they call them. The kidney-shaped grille.
Oh yeah. It does sometimes flicker from black to grey, so I wonder if it's just a lighting issue. Like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, it's just a lighting rendering thing at a distance, I think.
I was going to say, that would be really, really something if the BMW did that.
Yeah,
So, pit window is open. Who's going to dive in first? Jones,
Jones.
straight in. Yeah.
We can't wait.
He is straight in. He's going to get that car fixed. Make sure
Careful on the speed limit.
Oh, that's going to be close.
Did he brake a bit late there?
I think he might have been all right. Think he might. We have got other cars coming into the pits as well.
I think that was Beeson, did I see? No, it can't have been
Brad
Beeson.
Williams, Chris Martin. Obviously, Chris Martin's got damage. So these guys taking their pit early doors. Another one in behind as well. Ralph Vest, that is. Has just come in behind. Another ST's coming behind as well. Matt
Yeah, quite a
Holm.
few of the Super Defeos coming in.
Yeah, Dixon Hurst as well. On his way in. So these guys in. You want to get that pit stop out the way early. Especially if they've got problems with tyre pressures. This is a good chance to get them tyres changed and get them back up to pressure. Get them set to the right pressure. So it's a lovely livery that Dixon's got. West McLaren livery.
Kenwood, that's a brand. That takes me back.
Yeah, everyone used to
You
have
don't buy
Kenwood
sort of,
boom boxes and stuff.
Yeah, nobody has sort of replaceable CD player radios in their car anymore. They're just all sort of manufacturer built into the set, into the unit.
So we see Miles Dixon then get past Alex Shahabi up into 8th. He's fighting his way back after an early incident, giving it a weave. Suggests he might have a... Was he giving it a weave for the camera then? Do you think he knew he was on giving it a little
It'd be good
weave?
if the drivers. It'd be good if the drivers sort of had something on their GUI letting them know that the camera's on them.
You are.
That would
on
be the
stream.
moment I'd lose control.
Yeah, I was going to say that'd be the moment I'd bin it, definitely.
Yeah, do something really silly. Watch this. Oh no.
So the gap out front, Johnny Seville absolutely flying, 13.5 seconds from Jerome Jongen.
Yeah, it's not even really a challenge for him at this point, is it? He's just driving away with it on his own. He must be fairly relaxed and not bored, but you know, he's not going to turn down a victory, but he's not even being challenged for it at the moment.
No, so he's just into cruise control. Just get into a rhythm and off he goes.
Yeah, he's got that McLaren very comfortably under him. He's got obviously the setups working for him, and he's very experienced in the McLaren, so it's a setup that he's, you know, likely had and tweaked over many seasons.
Yeah, he does seem very, very comfortable with it. And he's showing
Almost
good pace.
drifting it. Was he drifting it around a little bit there as well?
It did look a little bit like that, yeah.
Because he doesn't need to push hard. You know, he's well out in front. He can relax, but be interesting to see what his best lap time and his last lap times are, and see how they compare.
His last lap was a 1:28.1. His best lap is a 1:27.8.
So yeah, no, only 3 tenths off. He's still
pushing.
Yeah, he is still pushing. He's just losing time as the tyres degrade a little.
So,
As Wilbert Van Oosenen is right on the tail of Hagel, and he's going for the move. No, Hagel's just taken too much curb. Oh,
was that too
that
much curb, or was there contact?
I didn't see contact. I think, yeah,
Yeah,
no, he just
too much
caught
curb.
it over the sausage curb.
Yeah, too much curb for Hagel, and Van Oosenen's away and up into third position.
And given what happened in Formula 2 yesterday, I think it was. Sorry, was it today? I can't remember.
This morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. This morning. I don't like sausage curbs, and even the accidents they're causing in real life now is a good argument for sausage curbs to be removed entirely.
Yes.
So just you were saying that, Cammy, Noel's hit the wall after hitting a sausage curve too hard as well.
Sit down with sausage curbs.
Is that like
Abby
down with the
Eaton.
sickness?
Abby Eaton, the W Series driver, and who was the Grand Tour's test driver, sort of their stick replacement, as it were. She went over a sausage curb at Circuit of the Americas, and she fractured a vertebrae in her back. Was it her neck? It was her neck because of the sheer jolt. You don't really have any suspension; it just smacks the underside of the car, and it. Yeah, she was in a neck cast for a couple months.
Now, here's something I like to see.
Not drivers in neck casts.
No, Peter Foldesi, he had a disconnect issue on lap 2.
Yes.
He is reconnected, came back, he's 9 laps down, 10 laps down, he's reconnected, and he's back out on track.
Oh, good on
So
him.
that's what we like to see. What we have done, though, and what we don't like to see, is we've lost Marcus Hagel after that incident. He returned to the garage, and he has left the server, so there'll be some license points handed out for that. It's what we don't like to see at oNiD. We like to see people finishing the racing, and especially look at Peter Foldesi. He had that issue early on, 11 laps down, and here he is still going round. So well done, Peter. It's brilliant to see.
And he will finish ahead of Hagel.
He will, and there's some points on offer for him as well. So good stuff.
Yeah, because I think everyone gets a point at least 1 point when finishing a race, don't they?
Correct. Yes.
So every finish can make the difference. It's not as if only the top 10 gets points, and if everybody below 10th got nothing, then you could understand, well, what's the point of going? But no, every place is worth fighting for. Every point is worth racing for.
Yep. As we see, Beeson just coming into the pits, as it is Miles Dixon. Both of these guys had early issues, and they're fighting their way back through. So these guys are going to take their pits. As we see, not too many people have actually taken their pits so far, so we've still got 8 minutes left of the window.
Yeah, the Super Trofeos, quite a few of them were quick to pit. Not many of the GT3s opted to do so. Only Chris Martin and Jones, I think.
Yep. It looks like Jones, Chris Martin, yes, you are correct, they're the only two. So Alex Shahabi is up into 6th and is leading the ST class. It's just past Beeson and Dixon in the pits. So he's yet to pit as well. So, and what I haven't seen so far is drive-throughs. This place is notorious, especially through the chicanes, for drive-throughs. So really good stuff from these guys. We haven't seen one yet, and we haven't seen one for any pit infringements. But we still have got half of the grid to go into the pits. And speaking of going in the pits, there you go, Johnny Seville. You're your own young gun as well. So Willie Van Oosenen, let's give him his moment in the sun, is currently leading the race.
Yeah, our race leader in the bright green Boatley Bentley, Wilbert Van Oosenen. It still marks him as second on the driver ladder for some reason, but he is our race leader in the United Racers Bentley. So yeah, I thought that was a couple people off, but that is just the funky pit lane.
Yes, it is the funky
It's
pit
just
lane.
sort of the mini map on the right hand side. I saw a couple of cars off, but nope, that is just the way the pit lane at Zolder goes. It sort of negates the first corner, so you come out after the first corner rather than coming out before the first corner, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine people joining that first corner. It's tricky enough as it is. So Johnny Seville has come out into 5th with Jeroen Jongen, then it's got down into 7th, and they're going to have Martin Thorpe in between them, but Martin has got to pit.
Yeah, 6 minutes left of the pit window, so Van Oosteren can spend a couple more laps out there and enjoy this first place. He does. He continues on. Yeah, he can continue this lead of the race. Seville is in 5th. He's the fastest lap holder at the moment. Although Wilbert Van Oosteren is in the 1 minute 29s and did a 1 minute 29.7 there, so no slouch.
No, he is no slouch, and proves that Bentley has not been nerfed as we thought it would. If he can put in
No Astons tonight though. No, well, there's a lot of brands not being represented, but
to be fair, the Astons only got a recent upgrade, so these guys would have signed up when the Aston was still not great.
I'm sure it'll be a popular pick next season.
Yeah, so like I said, we've only got one more round of this to go, and then the BOP changes and the new tracks can all take effect in a new GT3 championship. And yeah, like you said, it'll be interesting to see if we get a fair few Astons back on the grid. I always like the Aston; it looks lovely.
I picked the Aston before it was cool.
Yeah, you're done with the kids, aren't you, Cammy?
Yeah, well, all right. Don't make me sound weird. Cat, you know that Cammy, she hangs around schools.
All right, let's not
Down with the kids.
Good God!
Don't say that. I live about 400 yards from a secondary school.
Not anymore. You don't.
No.
All right, no one heard you say it. That's fine. It was a private conversation.
No. Van Oosteren, your race leader, into the pits. Quickly change the subject.
Yeah, right.
It's
He
just
is.
like this conversation.
He is in the pits.
De Doid will assume the race lead, presuming he doesn't also pit at the same time.
He hasn't.
Here he is. He's in the McLaren. He's in the second of the McLarens, although leading at the moment. Blue flag is for the Super Trofeo for being lapped. Was
Yeah, I've just
Williams?
seen Alex Shahabi has actually come out of the pits. He's been in and out while we were discussing your antics. He's gone in the pits, come out of the pits, and he's currently 13 seconds ahead of Brad Williams, who is second in ST class.
I want to see Shahabi and Seville going at it in the same sort of class of car.
Well, next season, as long as they both sign up.
Yeah, you know, I think that'd be a great battle for the championship between those two, and Dylan Beeson as well. He's been unlucky today, but he's usually right up there, and they're drivers I can't get close to. Hope to one day.
Yeah, very quick. Let's see where Beeson comes out, because Van Oostenen's just come out of the pits as well. So Van Oostenen was 4th, I believe, before the cycle of pit stops, and Beeson's obviously working his way back through. So Van Oostenen, yeah, is well out of the pits. As we see, we'll go back to Beeson, and who's attacking Paul Shepherd.
Oh yeah, Shepherd's just gone a little bit wide there. Is Beeson going to take advantage of that? He does, although Paul Shepherd will be on the inside for the chicane coming up. One more right-hander. Yeah, it's all over. It's
good pass from Dylan Beeson. That has moved him up to a net 4th position as Luca de Goy has just gone into the pits. So, good recovery so far from Dylan Beeson.
Yeah, not too shabby at all. Do we think he'll be able to catch and pass Willie in the next 17 minutes, though?
I think as long as the pace is still there, I noticed he doesn't look like he went and got the car fixed. He's still carrying that damage on the front. He obviously feels it's still
livable. He's live with it
and competitive enough. So yeah, quite possibly. I think towards the next 10 minutes or so, we might see that battle come into play. Luca de Goy then is still in the pits. Where will he cycle out? As these are Beeson and Shepherd then are just coming through and across the line. Willie's Van Oostenen, it's just gone through turn 1. And de
so his
Goy.
last lap time is longer purely because that's taken into account his pit stop.
Yeah.
Dutch themed. livery of the Dutch endurance team.
Yeah, so Luca then cycles out into 7th. So Miles Dixon's done well and managed to get himself back up to 6th, only 4 seconds behind Shepherd. Shepherd then is losing time to Beeson, and Beeson is then only now 7 seconds behind Willie van Oosenen. After all that, Johnny Seville's 19 seconds clear of your own Youngden.
Well, yeah, it looks like Seville's got this wrapped up pretty neatly. Youngden seems happy in second place as well. He's almost 10 seconds clear of Van Oosenen, so it doesn't look like his podium spot's in any trouble. It's going to be a fight for that last spot on the podium, I think. Van Oosenen, Beeson, Shepherd and Dixon.
Yeah, it's going to be a good battle, definitely, for that last spot. We'll see how that comes into play in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Alex Shahabi, absolutely flying.
Voldesi still needs to pit, and the pit window's about to close in
He's in
15 seconds. Oh, he's just in the pits.
He's in the pits,
So,
yeah. He is.
fantastic. There's everyone getting their pit stop done
Yeah,
in
there he
the
is.
mandatory pit
And
window, and away he goes.
Yeah, he is out. Well done, Mr. Foldesi. Still racing, even though he disconnected. Perfect timing, pit window closed. So,
And no drive-throughs, no penalties for anybody.
No, that's very true. Very, very rare with the how scarily harsh the ACC is on pit entry and pit exit speed. So, no, well done to all the guys. Managed to get through the whole cycle of pit stops with no penalties.
Yeah, because it's so easily done, isn't it?
Oh, very easily done. So we'll quickly run through the order then. Johnny Seville, 20 seconds clear of your own Jongen, who is just there in his yellow Porsche. Willie van Oosenen in 3rd, currently 6 seconds clear of Dylan Beeson in 4th. And Paul Shepherd rounds out the top 5 in the GT3s. Top 5 in the ST class. Alex Shahabi has a 16.8 second lead over his teammate Brad Williams in 2nd. Martin Thorpe, just further 7.5 seconds down the road in 3rd. Rudolf Stein is in 13th overall, but 4th in class. And Matt Holman is only 7 tenths behind him, 5th in class and 14th on track. This looks like this might be a little battle for Mr. Holman coming up.
Yeah, it looks like it's all going to come to a head, and these, as we head into the last 10 minutes, and Holman.
And that's going to let Ralph Fest go past.
That could have been a lot worse. In fairness, he'll be happy that he didn't just plough it straight into the wall. He just caught that sausage curb, and it really... once you've got that car unsettled, you're full on the anchors, just praying it doesn't spin round on you. You're just trying to limit how much the car's rotating.
And I can guarantee in about 20 minutes' time, I might get a message from Matt cursing me for sniping him on stream, which I have a habit to do. But Matt, you didn't get a stop-go this week, so that's a win already for you.
Is that why I kept spinning at Alton Park? Did you keep, putting the camera on me? And,
No.
there goes him.
No, it wasn't. Honestly, it wasn't me. I wasn't in control on Thursday.
No, it wasn't us sniping you. You just crap, Cammy.
I didn't say that.
Crap on your own.
So you see Matt Holman then, after that a little incident a lap ago.
Ooh.
I've done it again. I'm going to change from Matt, I think.
Yeah, stick away from Matt. It's obviously
The pressure's
causing
getting into him.
troubles.
Miles Dixon slowly catching up with Paul Shepherd then.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the battle between these two. How much of a battle will Shepherd put up for that 5th place? He's 5th in the championship standings at the moment, but Miles Dixon is in 7th despite having a win. So some of the other rounds haven't gone his way, in fairness. Paul Shepherd's been the more consistent driver. He's got 158 points to Dixon's 129. But yeah, that gap is coming down all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 tenths through that first sector. So yeah, it'd be really interesting if Miles can keep that NSX point in the right direction. He's gained half a second through that chicane, so that gap is really close now.
But well, yeah, now they're nose to tail, so it looks like Miles Dixon might just get this done into the last chicane. Always, he runs very wide there. Takes a lot of grass going into the intakes of the NSX. But thankfully, that doesn't really happen in the sim. So he's lost a few car lengths, so you have to make that back up again.
Love a bit of the bumper cam.
Yeah, you can see all the rough bits of rubber on the outside of the track, or what's called the marbles. It's obviously like cartoon characters, when they walk on marbles, you know, you lose all grip. That is exactly what happens to racing cars when they get on those bits of rubber on the outside of the track. They lose all grip, and Jones has a drive-through penalty. I assume that must be for track limits.
I would assume so. Yeah, he's been in and out of the pits fine, so that will be for track limits. So our first one. Oh, and he's just been upgraded to an SG30. I don't know what happened there. Let's go and see if I can.
So did he go off track and then go off track again?
Well, I wonder if he's cut this chicane to get his drive through. Yeah, looks like that would have given him his drive through. And I wonder then if they deemed he's cut the track too much on this one, they'd have given an SG30. Yeah, there you go. That'll be why your SG30's there, Mr. Jones.
Back off. So if he had backed off and slowed down, would it have forgiven him?
Yes, more than likely, yeah. But in goes Mr. Jones to surf that SG30.
That went from bad to worse, but I don't think he's in danger of Foldesi overtaking him for position yet. As we go back with Shepherd and Dixon now, nose to tail again, and Dixon looking to make the move. It's not going to happen through that gentle left-right turn 9. Is it going to happen into turn 10? No. Looks like he's going to try and set himself up for a attack into turn 1.
Yeah, you can. Turn 1 you can really attack, and if Paul gets his line right, you can actually successfully defend any move. As we see, then Miles then does.
No, he's not fighting it, is he? He's not putting up too much of a defence.
You can get the switchback on defence sometimes there, but no, Miles has got that done, and he is up into 5th position. So battling back from an early incident, Miles has done really well. And let's have a look, check in on Dylan Beeson, who, look, there is Van Oosenen just going through your shot. 3.2 seconds, so we called this battle, didn't we? We said it might happen.
I did.
You did. You did. All right.
It's like when a family member wins the lotto and you say, "We won the lottery." Things get plural really quick.
If you win the lottery, Cammy, it's definitely we win the lottery.
Cammy, we've won.
So yeah, Dylan then.
And everybody will love me.
Dylan then 3 seconds, closing that gap ever so slightly. Battle's on track. Chris Martin's just got his way past Martin Thorpe. So that's up. He's moved up into 10th overall and 8th in class. Matt Holman, look how close he is to Ralph Fest.
Yeah, got just under 8 minutes, so this should be a good battle between them. They're sort of equally matched. A little bit squirrely there from Matt Holman, but yeah, these cars are all identical. The Super Trofeos, there is no, unlike the GT3s where each car has its pros and cons, these are all identical Super Trofeos, so it's just how well each driver can apply their abilities to the cars. Holman a little bit off the line, taking a different line there, I thought.
Oh, see,
as Vest is off, and he's going to have to slow down to make sure he doesn't get a track cut warning. He's kept his track position.
Yeah, I think he slowed down enough not to get an SG30 like we saw with Jones, but he definitely would have got a track warning for that, and he's obviously got a few spare.
This is where careful driving, and he's wide again. Yeah, he's really struggling with the pressure that Matt Holman's applying.
Yeah, Vest is looking in his mirrors and seeing a whole lot of Matt Holman.
A whole lot of lime green, yeah. You can't miss it. Jane across the line, then Vest and Holman.
Yeah, it's still very, very close. I actually saw a shot of the new Lamborghini Evo 2. That's the GT3 car that's coming next season, and it looks very much like this season's ST car. Lots of jagged edges, and if you notice as well, there is a headlight on the middle of the bonnet.
What is there?
Yeah, so I think you'll probably see it better on Matt Holman's car, but on the front bumper, just above the.
Oh yes, yes.
Can you see it? There's a light,
Yeah,
strip light that's in front.
that's
So they've
it. Yeah,
actually
strip
bought that.
light.
They've brought that into their new GT3 car as well. Look very smart.
I have to say, I was disappointed when Lamborghini revealed their new Countach. I did feel that was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, trying to revive things. It's
It wasn't as radical as it. The Countach was a really wild, outlandish car,
yeah,
and the new one just seemed to lack any of that. As yeah, yellow Porsche.
yeah. I think it's who run Jongen.
Yeah, Jongen is trying to get past. He does get past.
Yeah, that was a blue flag pass. The blue flags for this series slightly different from what we usually have. We've adapted the Formula 1 blue flag rule for this series, where you have to move out of the way and let the blue flag or the quicker driver pass, and the blue flags. Obviously, the GT3 or the GT rules is slightly different, but this one we've gone with the F1 rules. So Matt did the right thing there and pulled off line and got out of the way.
Purely because the Super Trofeos can hang with the GT3 cars down a straight, which makes overtaking almost impossible.
Yes.
And then they'll just sort of slam on the anchors and hold you up in the corners where you can't really find a way past sometimes. So they are encouraged as well not to unlap themselves based on their straight line speed.
Correct. But as you can see, Jongen's got past both these and safely, and he's up the road, and let battle commence again between Vest and Holman.
Yeah, now they can fight amongst themselves again, and yeah, multi-class racing really does add a new dynamic because it can change up a race very quickly.
Yeah.
Whether you're overtaking lapped cars or whether you're a car being lapped, there is a strategy that comes into play of where do I let them pass, how do I let them pass that costs me the least amount of time. And if my rivals don't do as good a job at that, then I go faster, I win out in that case.
Yeah, very true. So this battle's still going on. We'll keep an eye on it, but we're just going to flick over to Dylan Beeson, who is now only a second and a half behind Van Oosenen for that last podium position.
Yeah, Van Oosenen, if he's got his GUI up on screen, with the splits, he will have seen that split getting smaller and smaller. He'll know that Beeson has been chasing him down, and in that situation I tend to turn the splits off because I'll drive myself mad looking at them. Some drivers can cope with that. Some drivers like to know in order to be able to pace themselves. They'll know a time's coming down and they can look, oh, we got a Super Trofeo off the track there as Van Oosenen was making his... it was a Super Trofeo. Yeah. Is he going to see Beeson?
He does.
Yeah, he does. And Beeson goes through, clears the chicane without spinning. And now it's just a straight-on hunt for Van Oosenen, only a second and a half between them. Yeah, some drivers will be able to look at the splits and be able to pace themselves and say, well, if I'm losing X amount of time per lap, I can afford to be this fast and still make it to the end. Whereas I'll look at it and be like, oh my god, they're catching me, no!
Yeah,
and it'll be the end of the world for me, and it'll make me crack.
I'm always one for knowing how quickly someone's catching me, and then I know when I need to start doing some defensive lines and thinking about where I'm going to place my car.
If there's only a couple minutes of the race to go, then yes, I can start thinking about defensive lines. If there's half an hour, I think, well, I'm not going to be able to defend this for half an hour. And then, unless there's a strategic goal of, if I can hold them up for 5 laps or something, that will help my teammate or help somebody else that I want to do well or something, which doesn't really happen, then I'll just think, right, I better just make sure I can keep with them once they're past. Just try to learn from them. What are they doing differently that I'm obviously not doing? especially if they're in the same car.
Yeah. So
But so far, I've been top of the Astons. Hooray!
all this going on, Dylan Beeson is less than a second now. We've only got 1 minute 25 left of the race. Johnny Seville, absolutely
Cruising.
flying. Yeah, absolutely cruising. Coming into the last chicane. So he will then take the last lap. So Seville then crosses the line. 1 lap to go. 30 seconds clear of your own Jongen.
30 seconds clear in a 45-minute race.
Yeah, I think we were
He's been
robbed a
picked
little bit of a battle.
Yes.
I think Beeson and Dixon would have certainly been battling up there with him. But early instance robbed us of that. But we'll quickly go on board with Dylan Beeson then.
They're very close now.
They are very close. I'm also wary that I want to watch Johnny Seville cross over the line, but I don't want to leave this battle either.
No.
So it's going to be a tough one as they take their last lap then. 0.4 between them as they cross the line.
Beeson's only going to get 1 lap. He's only got 1 lap to do this, and as the late great Murray Walker would say, catching them is one thing, but passing them is quite another.
Especially when the car you're trying to pass is a Bentley. And it's WVO at the helm as well.
But can he take advantage of the traffic if Van Oosten is held up just for a split second and they're going to go 3 wide down the straight towards the clip? No, they're not. He's going to tuck it behind. He moves
Oh,
over
here we go. Van Oosten goes very defensive.
through the Klein chicane.
Van Oosten struggles and he looks... That's going to be done. I think he's got it done unless Van Oosten can keep the inside for the
He's
chicane.
tucking behind. He's trying to come back at him through the outside, but Beeson's got the line covered. They make contact.
Oh.
Van Oosten goes on through. He hasn't slowed up. He's presumed he's entitled to that position. And Beeson, flashing of the lights. He's very frustrated by that because he had the move done already. And then there's a bit of argy-bargy. Beeson's as late as he can on the brakes, but...
We'll go to Johnny Seville because Johnny has won.
Race winner, Jonathan Seville, your race winner this evening. Well clear of everybody else. An alien out on his own. And Jeroen Jongen, the Dutch endurance team Yellow Bird, comes home in 2nd place. Wilbert Van Oosenen will take a...
No.
Is he moving over?
I think he has, yeah. He has. He's given it to Beeson.
I think that's... I would generally say that's the right thing. Good sportsmanship there to... Because maybe he felt like he didn't have a place to move over because there was Super Trofeo in amongst them as well. So, Dylan Beeson does take 3rd. Van Oosenen finishes 4th. Less than, only a few thousandths of a second between them. Miles Dixon 5th and Shepard 6th. But here is your Super Trofeo leader just coming home through the Jackie Xbox, turn 10, heading down the straight and across the line to take victory in the Super Trofeo class. And he was so far out on his own, he's actually the only car to finish on the lead lap.
Yeah.
The only Super Trofeo to finish on the lead lap. 8th overall, and he's beaten 4 of the GT3 runners. We obviously had a non-finisher, Hagel, who didn't even get his pit stop done. He was out before them.
So, great race. Johnny Seville, absolutely dominant. Like I said, I thought we were a little bit robbed. Let's check in with Alex Parkin. Alex, who's your winners over in Split 2?
We just finished it now, but Watts has won.
Yeah.
Bottas 2nd, Anderson 3rd.
Good work. And in the STs?
No idea. I'm not near any of them on track. So,
Had a clean race?
No, it's been terrible.
Oh,
So I qualified 9th, got to 7th through turn 1. Something happened inside of me and I got the worst of it, I think, because I ended up 15th. Just fought my way back to 6th and then ended up hitting a sausage curve on the last lap and I'm 10th. De Vroid won the Lambos.
Oh, nice. And where was Winnie?
Chittle 2nd, Black 3rd.
Winnie gets podium, so good work for them, guys. So that is it from us here at Zolder. We do move on to the last round next week at Zandvoort. We have a multi-class series to finish up, championships to decide. We will be with the Split 1 guys again next week, and we should have Dan back, I think, next week, coming on commentary with you, Cammy.
Ah, good old Dan.
Yeah, so good old Dan. Dan will be back. But that all is left to say is congratulations to Johnny Seville, congratulations to Alex Shahabi, your winners in GT3 and ST. And thank you, Cammy, for joining me this evening.
Thank you very much for having me, as usual.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Thank you, Alex, for providing some split screen stuff.
No worries.
And just before we go, Sammy Dudar has just subscribed. And I think he might be a little bit drunk because he says, "Love you all."
Love you too. That's the only appropriate reply.
So, guys, until next week, thank you very much. We will see you very, very soon.
See you soon, everybody.
Bye.